welcome to Soul Symbols. My name is Shelley. I'm a writer, an astrologer, and a card reader, and I'd like to welcome you to my channel. Happy Saturday. It is the weekly energy card reading. And what that is you, the viewer, get to choose from one of 3 tarot decks, and then we'll go through and do a brief spread to see what the energies will be like for the next 7 days. It does not need to be the week of April 24th through May 1st, 2021, in order for the messages to resonate. If you come across this reading at any time, there may be messages contained. We do clarify using oracle cards, and all of the names and the authors of the decks that I use are listed in the description box below. As are the timestamps, where if you want to jump straight to your reading, please feel free to do so. The timestamps are listed where you can just click on it and go straight to the pick a pile. Now, we have 3 decks here today, and again, as usual, we try to keep all of my decks in rotation. The first deck, we have the Spacious Tarot, which is a really gorgeous, very nature-based deck. And on top of it, we have a beautiful green, I think it's a green fluorite. The jury's still out. I actually presented this to a group of my stone friends, like my friends who understand stones, and we're trying to figure out what stone that is. So I should know, but I don't. But the second deck is the White Sage Tarot by Theresa Hutch, I believe. And on top of it, we have a beautiful Shiva shell, and it's in the shape of a heart. And the last deck is very near and dear to my heart. It's the second tarot deck that I've ever purchased, but it was the first tarot deck that I formally learned tarot on. And it's the Greer Tarot. And on top of it, we have a beautiful quartz point. Now, today we're going to be clarifying using the Enchanted map oracle cards. And what it is the first week of May is National Travel Week. And I know most of us are not traveling with world events, but I was drawn to pull out this deck. So I'm going to go ahead and clarify our read using those cards today. So I'm going to go ahead and freeze frame. Please choose from your intuition. If you need more time, please pause the video, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, we're back. I'm going to go ahead and move up these other card decks. So deck number 1, the Spacious Tarot. Let's go ahead and see. What's your energies for the week? Ooh, right off the cuff. Okay, middle of the week, please. Okay, and end of the week. Ooh, we got bookends of 5s here, guys. We've got some change going on. Got some change going on in your life. Oh, okay. Okay, I see. Let's go ahead and get your Enchanted map cards here. Okay, we've got quite a few cards here, but we're going to go with them. So, all right. So, beginning of the week, guys, you got the 5 of Swords. So, beginning of the week, the beginning of the week is a little bit of it's gonna be a little bit of win-lose energy, and not in a bad way. Let me go ahead and get one clarifier. Please clarify with one card. Okay. Oh, we got 2 cards. Ooh, okay. Okay, it's very clear. All right. So what's happening in the beginning of the week? It's a little bit of a win-lose energy, in the sense that you see in this imagery, you see one kind of vulture kind of sitting on the swords while all the other swords are laying at his feet, right? And underneath it, the clarifiers, we've got the Guardian of Swords, which is the Queen of Swords, and then we've got the 4 of Pentacles. So what this means is this could either be your energy, or it can just be, I am kind of getting a strong sense that it might be your energy, guys. And what that's just kind of telling me is that with the 4 of Pentacles, there's a little bit of a scarcity mindset going on. And what happens is, in the beginning of the week, it's just going to make you a little, you're going to feel a little sharp-tongued, right? Like you'll be real quick to state your piece. You're gonna be feeling like a little bit of a tough cookie kind of energy in the beginning of the week, and this could be starting over the weekend as well. But one thing I'm also noticing is you see how spiky everything is, and you see how barren the trees are. I don't think that you're trying. I don't, of course, nobody, wakes up in the morning and says, oh, well, I'm going to be in a mood today, right? But what I'm really kind of getting with this is that I get the sense. Have you ever been in those moods where I do this a lot at work too, where sometimes when I just get so focused at the task at hand that I start to get a little bit insensitive about things, right? And it's not a bad thing, but what it is it's a little bit of that. Again, it's a tough cookie energy. It's kind of like what I'm kind of sensing with this is that the people around you, you might be you might be a little bit sharp with your words because maybe you need to budget, or maybe you need to save money, and the moment that somebody goes to, that somebody splurges on something, you really kind of chew their butt about it, right? Or I get, and again, I get this way at work sometimes. I work in a profession that is very it's very methodical, right? And sometimes I really do start getting into those, short one sentence answers like, can you go do this please? Or yes, I need this unlocked, go do that. And it becomes a little bit rude, right? And you don't even realize that you're doing it. It's just kind of like the mindset that you're in. But what happens is we start, it's a little bit with the fact that this crow is sitting on top of the sword and that this vulture is sitting on top of the sword, just kind of tells me that I think that I don't think that you're going to be very sharp tongued, and I don't think you realize how much you're kind of puncturing people. You're going to be a little prickly at the beginning of the week. And I do think that this is a little bit of a caution to kind of watch that energy. I actually saw a really great meme today that talked about that sometimes, you know, sometimes you can be right, because the Five of Swords is a little bit of that pig-headed energy. It's like, well, I'm right, and, someone walking up to you and trying to talk to you about something, and you're like, and you can just completely mow them down with your words, right? Well, I'm right, da-da-da-da-da. It's like these two cards are really about digging in, right? It's digging in. I'm right, you're wrong. Let me tell you how you're wrong, right? Right. Sorry. But I think it's kind of cautioning you that you might be coming from a little bit of a scarcity mindset. Like, again, you're coming from a practical mindset where you're like, well, we got to do things this way because of ABC. But you're not giving anybody any wiggle room. You're like, we're going to do it this way. It's a little bit of a cutting energy. So you might be coming across as a little frosty. And so what it's just kind of cautioning you is that, try to be mindful, because, you can get your point across without drawing blood. You know what I mean? And the other thing is, it might be cautioning you that you might be kind of in a fixed, like, I'm like in a mindset of I'm right, you're wrong, because you're holding on to something. Or it's the Four of Pentacles can also be a little bit of being a little bit over, like a little too much of a stickler for the rules, right? Like unbending. And so it might be cautioning you about that. The other way I can kind of read it is you might be dealing with a woman in the beginning of the week. You might be dealing with a woman who's acting that way, right? You might be reserved, like you might be holding the other thing about Pentacles is it's what you value, right? You're afraid of losing what you value. So here, you might have somebody who's kind of defeating you with words, and you feel like you have to kind of buckle down in order to deal with them. So in the beginning of the week, this is a little bit of a rough energy. It's not bad, because the other thing that I kind of get is that if you are dealing with someone who's trying to win at all costs, I think that you're good at verbally combating that, but it is almost like you have to buckle down, like you have to get down in the trenches in order to prevent them from tearing you down. But either way, please be mindful. If you feel like you're being a little verbally sharp, try to see where that. Try to ask yourself, okay, where's that coming from? Why am I saying these things? Why do I have to be right? The other thing is that there's a phrase that's really coming to mind where it says, if you have the choice of being right or being kind, be kind, right? You can still get your point across again without drawing blood. And if anybody's doing that to you, you might have to, try not to tolerate that. Usually when I see the Five of Swords, in the traditional card, you see one person walking away. And what happens is, you can always walk away. If somebody's being really, really nasty to you, just walk away. Don't if to the best of your ability, don't sit there and let them do that to you. Now, by the middle of the week, this is interesting. You got the Moon, and then you got the Ace of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, and the Three of Wands. So, well, guys, I do think, we have some parallel pentacle energy here. In the middle of the week, you might feel a little bit lost. Again, maybe you are trying to budget or hold on to money. And what I'm really getting here is I'm getting a little bit of a daydreamy energy where you're waiting for your ships to come in. It's almost like you're in the dark and you're looking for the path out of the dark, right? I do see some positive. There's with the Ace and the Child of Pentacles. Those are really beginning cards. Those are strong. Both of those cards are about strong new beginnings. But the one thing that I'll say is that aces. The beautiful thing about aces is that they're like a springboard. You can start off strong. But the thing is, they can either take you all the way to the 10. They can either go the distance, or they could fizzle out and not take you anywhere. So what I'm kind of seeing here is that I see by the middle of the week, it's almost, you are in a little bit of a daydreamy kind of fuzzy energy. I think you are making plans on how you're going to save money. Or the other thing I get with the Ace of Wands is that it's almost like you have this really great idea. Okay, how this, it's almost like you have a daydream that's making you excited for the future. But it would, in order to make it real, because again, this is a Page of Pentacles. I do think that it's a little bit in the, it's still, this idea that comes to mind is still in the kind of the daydream phase. You know how when you think of an idea, you have to really, this dream, this concept can come through for you, but it's almost like you have to make it real. And that's what I kind of see with the Page of Pentacles. You actually have to make these dreams real. Otherwise, it'll just fizzle out. You do have to put some kind of real world action into it. Either that, or if you're looking to save money, or maybe you're looking to move out or buy a new house, you really have to think about what plan. Wands energy is great because it's so exciting. It's like, I'm going to do this. Let me go do this. But you have to back it up with action, and wands are action. But if this is going to yield something in the physical world, like if you want to buy a house, you need to save money and put that money away. It's like, it's almost kind of telling you that these dreams that you have are possible or plausible, but you can't just wait around for it. You actually have to take the first step. The other thing I get is that I do think that you're daydreaming a lot. You know what I'm almost getting is that I do think that you have some kind of negative situation going on, and it's almost like you feel a little lost. I do almost feel like you're escaping in your daydreams. Like you can't wait for the future. You really want, you want what you want now. but it's just in the beginning phases. And that's what you're going to be thinking about in the middle of the week. And I do think I'm getting a little bit of creative visualization from this. Like you might be escaping into your daydreams, and I'm so sorry if it's because of some kind of harsh real reality that's happening right now. But I do see that what you want to happen can happen. The other thing that I'm getting is that maybe you're thinking about these things in the middle of the week. You might be daydreaming about it at night, like before you go to bed. Now, by the end of the week, you got another 5. And just for the record, 5 in numerology means change. And this is interesting. The 4 of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, that's another 5. Oh, and one of your oracle cards is 14, which is another 5. So I think you might be there might be some changes going on in your life right now. But by the end of the week, what you see is you see how some of these wands have sparks and some of them are burnt out. What I'm kind of getting here is that I think by the weekend, I do get the sense that you're dealing with something. You are going to have you are going to have some petty drama by the end of the week. The 5 of Wands is really about like people just draining your energy for no good reason. Sometimes it can be just those little picky. I always look at the 5 of Wands like my pick my battle cards, like, okay, this person's being petty, this person, maybe it's the same person who's, grilling you out in the beginning of the week. Either that, or you might be trying to keep your wand bright. You see how it looks like the same wand? You might be trying to keep your wand bright, but you have other people like what it is it's going to be a challenge for you to get your ideas off the ground because you have other considerations. It could be family, it could be friends, or but it's nothing to worry about. The 5 of Wands is usually a little bit more of just like it's more of an irritating kind of energy. Usually I see that when there's people in your environment that are just being drama rama, and you really you're over it. You're like, okay, please just get away from me. It's kind of like, what is it in Dirty Dancing where she's like, this is my dance space and this is your dance space. This is my aura, that is your aura. Can you please keep your crap in your aura and away from my spark, because my spark is a happy spark and you guys can go burn out over. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I am kind of getting that. Either that, or you might have some Debbie Downers around you. You might have some people who are really in low energy, either that or that they might be impacting your energy. So it might be helpful to kind of just, wherever you can. Yeah, 10 of Wands. You're taking on more responsibility than you need to. You might be taking on problems that aren't yours, or trying to help people who are just, a little bit of vampires, energy. But by the end of the week, it's not bad. The other thing I get is that I really get the sense that you're keeping your idea. Like you see, again, I see these 2 magic wands. You're staying strong against the competition, which is really great. And actually, your oracle cards really reinforce this. First off, you got Ride the Wave. So that really talks about, staying positive. You've got some good ideas, and I think these ideas will take you far. The thing is, it's just, if you're feeling really bogged down by life or responsibilities, don't let that discourage you. Don't let the naysayers, bring you down. If this is family, and I know that's very difficult, it's hard to get away from people who are in your sphere, right? But do your best to try to ride. What I'm kind of getting is that, try to keep the faith and try to ride out the highs and the lows this week. The other thing we got intention, which is a beautiful 22. And you see how this is a owl, which means wisdom, and he's carrying a dandelion, which means wishes. And it says intention. The other thing you got cleaning house. This is great, guys. This really does. I do think that you might have some people or drama around you that you just need to sweep away. Like you need to be like, okay, just bye, boy, bye, girl, bye. And I know that's hard to do, but it's just kind of telling you to stay focused. Stay focused on your goals. That goal that you have in mind, And look, guys, there's little dandelions in the field too. See, you know, again, I just think that you might have you might either have some life circumstances going on, or you might be in an environment that's a little bit gloom and doomy. But you know, by the end of the week, you know, I'm hearing the Taylor Swift song "Shake It Off." Actually, if you need a positive pick me up, you know, if people are irritating you and it's just like, you know, I'm hearing that lyric, you know, I stay out too late, you know, I go on too many dates, but I can't make them stay, you know, I just shake them off, you know, stay true to your talent, stay true to your dreams, right? I'm lightning on my feet. The other thing I'm kind of getting is maybe if you're having a blue moment, write down write down all the unique talents that you have. Maybe even make a song about it, guys. Like, write your own Shake It Off song. Make one list of all the things that people say about you that's negative, and then turn around and write a list that's, you know, write down 4 things that people say are negative and write down 6 things that are positive, and just, you know, tear up the negative list. You know, just do things like that. And definitely clean house. You know, if you don't have to put up with any negative energy around you, you never have to do that. So but also, you know, pick your battles. If it's just petty, you know, if it's somebody being petty and they're always petty, then let it go. Or, you know, the other thing I am getting is listen to some good music. Listen to some good music that has lyrics like that talks about, you know, just letting it go, letting it go. All right, so deck number 2, we've got the White Sage Tarot by Theresa Hutch. So beginning of the week. Ooh, nice. Wow, end of the week. Oh, very nice. Okay, Knight of Pentacles. World. Okay. Okay, very cool. I just wanted a little bit of clarification there. Let's go ahead and get your oracle cards. Strength. Oh, that's so neat. You know, it's neat because the world came out there too in the other deck. All right, so let's go ahead and get started, guys. Beginning of the week, you got the Knight of Pentacles, and I think this is so sweet. I love the Pentacles suit are elephants, and they have little sand dollars. I think that's so sweet. I think at the beginning of the week, I'm getting a strong, and oh, look, guys, it's an all Pentacle week. Wow, that's really neat. And this card actually is a 44. And 4s are about stability. And so when you have 4 twice, that's really about stability. And then 4 and 4 makes 8. And look at your 2 of Pentacles. It looks like an 8, doesn't it? So a lot of green too. But wow, guys, yeah. Beginning of the week, you know what I'm getting? I'm getting a strong feeling like I get the strong feeling like you're finishing up things, but you're doing it in like a really, you know how elephants just kind of walk, they kind of take plodding steps. They're like do 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 do. They just walk along, but they have such a gravity to them. They have a very graceful way of walking. You know, they're a larger animal and they have weight in their steps, but they're so graceful in the way that they move, and they're gentle and very wise, very smart animals. What I'm kind of getting is over the weekend and into the beginning of the week, I'm getting a strong sense of I'm getting a feeling of a schedule, like you have a plan. It's almost like you have things to do and you have it all scheduled out. The other thing is that I get that you're really practical. I'm getting a real practical, this is a real practical week, guys. So I get the sense that in the beginning of the week, you've got things to do, and you see again he has his little sand dollar just curled up in his trunk, and he's walking along. I think that you're very well. The other thing I get is you're very regimed, like you know what you got to do, and you're taking steps to get it done. The other thing that I get is that, and God bless you. I really hope that I could be you when I grow up, because the other thing I get is that you don't overschedule yourself. Like you, I'm so guilty of this. It's like when I have things to do, I get so excited that I'll like start 4 art projects at once. And even though I know it's like, okay, why did I start this many things in one sitting? Because what happens is you don't, it kind of takes away from the joy, you know? They talk about really participating in what you're doing, right? Because that's part of the joy of life. Like if you sit down to do some kind of craft project, oh, sorry guys, we were out of focus. If you sit down to do some kind of craft project, but then you're cooking dinner and you're cleaning the bathroom and then you're doing your art project, you're buzzing around and doing 3 things. It's not like you're really enjoying any one of the things you're doing. You're just kind of um, here. I get kind of a sense like you're not only taking care of what you need to take care of, but you're doing it in like a slow and steady way where you can actually enjoy each of the things that you're doing. The other thing that I kind of get is that I do also sense that maybe you're wrapping up some kind of work, because by the middle of the week I get the sense you have some kind of event happening, and it's almost like you're getting everything prepared is kind of what I'm feeling. Either that, or if this is work, maybe maybe you have like some kind of day off coming up and you just want to go ahead and wrap up the last of your work before you're away, but you're doing it in a very steady way. I get a strong sense that nothing surprises you. Like you know what you need to do, and you plan it out. One other thing I kind of get with this is that Pentacles are money, so it's quite possible that you know what bills you got to pay, or you know what you got to do, what you got to pay for, and it's almost like you're scheduling everything or getting all your ducks in a row. Now, by the middle of the week, you got the Ten of Pentacles, and this is really neat. This is all stacked up, and I love. There's little chakra ribbons in each of these cards. So, like the red chakra would be the root chakra, and then the green would be the heart chakra. And here you have the rainbow, so you have the whole spectrum, all of them. But in the middle of the week, I really get the sense, Ten of Pentacles, I'm getting a strong family vibe. Like maybe something is happening where you're visiting family, but I feel like it's some kind of like get together. Maybe it's a birthday party or some kind of reunion. Either that, or it's just some kind of gathering that you. One other thing that I kind of see is with all the sand dollars built up, I'm almost seeing kind of like a building. Um, so maybe, I know this sounds strange, maybe you're visiting some kind of building with your family. Um, I'm not sure if that could be, church for some kind of special event, or um, we're not quite into graduation time yet. I mean, who knows? You could be graduating in early May. Times are not as they used to be where it has to be in June. Um, Either that, or I'm getting almost like I'm getting almost a sense of a gathering at somebody's house. You know how when family gatherings occur, oh, okay, everybody gathers at grandma's house, or everyone gathers at dad's house, something like that. I'm really kind of getting that. But it's going to be a real enjoyable time, because the other thing about the rainbow ribbon, it's 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 almost like it's almost like all of your chakras are lit up, like you don't want for anything, right? Like everything, all of the spiritual senses are aglow, so to speak. But yeah, I really do get a strong family sense in the middle of the week, and that's really nice, guys. That's really nice. There's something really strong about that. The other thing I kind of get is that I feel like that whatever family event it is, you feel really supported by your family. Like you feel like almost like you're bringing that pentacle to the group, and then once everyone's at the party, all the pentacles are there. So that's really sweet. But I am getting a strong family vibe here, something family related. And by the end of the week, you got the Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles is about, it's a little bit of a juggling act. It's about balancing. Um, but one thing that I kind of get with this, with it being the green ribbon, and again, you know, I'm really drawn to the fact that you have two fours and then 4 and 4 makes 8. Um, it could be two different kind of jobs, or it could be two kind of financial projects that you have going on. Um, but over the weekend, you know what I'm almost getting is that I just get the sense like you're spending. I really get the sense that you like doing like one project at a time. Like again, you're the kind of person that kind of doesn't. You don't double book yourself. And but by the weekend, it's almost like you're investing in two things that are very valuable to you. So maybe you're investing some time with a family, with your family, or some kind of investment. Or if you're married or dating, it could be your spouse's or your boyfriend's family. And then by the weekend, maybe you're spending time with either your family or doing things that you want to do. I do see that you're keeping it balanced. In this card, it's interesting. The Normally you see one pentacle higher than the other, but in this one, they're equally balanced. The other thing that I see about the figure eight is it's like energy, almost like the figure eight that's over the head of the magician and of strength. Ooh, that's interesting because in the strength card, there's a figure eight over the virgin's head, and this says strength too. But what I see is that it's like energy feeding into each other, right? Like the energy that you feed into yourself goes back out into the world, and then you support the world, and then the world puts the energy back into you. It's like a conduit, right? So this could be you putting energy into your family, and then your family's putting energy into you. Either that, or maybe there's some kind of affiliation between two families, possibly between, in-laws. There might be some kind of balancing act. You might be spending time with your family and then the family of someone else. The other thing I am almost getting like a strong sense of you supporting someone else and then supporting yourself as well, but it's a little bit of a juggling act. And what happens is you're used to doing one thing at a time. And it's not a bad thing, not at all. Honestly, it keeps you flexible. But it does, I do think that you know what I'm getting is I feel like the weekend's going to kind of go by in a blur, like you're going to be, juggling things, and taking care of business. But the energy, it's going to be a busy weekend for you. Now, your card is really beautiful. You got strength. And look at this. This is a really Gaian kind of a figure. You see them holding up an earth with a tree. Um, there's a lot of green in this, guys. And with the elephant, the other thing that I get is that we are coming into the beginning of May, which is a real Taurus season. It's quite possible that maybe you're doing. I'm getting a sense that maybe you're even participating in projects that are a little bit more like green projects. I don't know if you volunteer. Like this last Thursday was Earth Day, and it's amazing how, I like to read cards, and then I have a day job, and then I have another channel that's dedicated to environmental issues, and then it's making me real busy. It's like I don't have time to get to everything, and but here it's just kind of telling you, okay, have strength. You can get done everything that you want to get done. But one thing that I am getting is that I think you have a lot of irons in the fire. Um, but one thing that I do see with this is that all of the endeavors that you're doing, everything that you're doing is really building a foundation for you. The other thing that I get is that, you're doing a lot. I kind of think of Atlas shrugged, the way that Atlas holds up the world. Um, I am kind of, the other thing I'm kind of getting is maybe you feel like you have the world on your shoulders, right? And with this being kind of a Gaia figure, maybe you are a mom, you know, maybe you are taking care of other people. Either that or you're just, I think I get the sense that everything that you're doing is really giving you stability, you know. I am getting a strong family vibe here. The other thing I am getting is that maybe some kind of endeavor that you're doing has something to do with the environment. I know that sounds a little strange, but again, it's almost like you're, you know, you're taking steps or you're participating in something that really means a lot to you, but um, it's causing you to be real strong though. You have to be real strong. I think by the weekend you're going to feel a little bit busy. You're going to feel like you're juggling. You're going to stay on top of it, but again, I just feel like it's not your normal speed. The other thing I get with this is that when you look at nature, you know, nature grows very slowly. It grows very slowly. So, you know, you see how it looks like she's sprouting roots, you know. I think it's just telling you that the other thing is you see how much bright green. I think you're growing fast. Whatever it is that you're doing this week, it's helping you grow. And you are growing fast, but you know, you don't need to go lightning speed. You know, that's not going to happen. What you've got here is Pentacles always, you know, Pentacles are the slowest, you know, of the suits. But whatever you're investing in, I do think that it's earning you money, or it's giving you some kind of stability. Like you're doing the activities you're doing this week are contributing to your sense of stability. And that can be home, it can be investing in your family, spending time with your family. The other thing I get is that maybe you're being very strong for your family. And you're growing stronger roots in that area, right? And again, it can be with in-laws, it can be with your own family. But I do think that you do like to go at a steady speed. You don't like to go real fast. But for all that you're doing this week, you are moving pretty fast. You know, like for you, it's lightning speed. But you know, you're growing and you're creating a lot of roots, and it is just telling you, you know, stay strong. You're building foundations this week, and by the end of the week, you might feel like you have kind of two things going on. But just, you know, hang in there. Definitely try to invest in some of the things that you like to do as well. But you're growing fast. Look at all that bright green. I really get a strong sense of like spring and growth there. Growing roots is what I'm kind of getting. All right, guys. So last but not least, we have the clear quartz and the Morgan Greer. So let's go ahead and see what's your energy for the week. Let's see here, guys. Deck number 3. Middle of the week. Ooh, that's flipped. Okay, end of the week. Ooh, okay. We'll go with the top card. Okay, please clarify the star. Thank you. Okay, let's go ahead and get your oracle card. Oh, cool. You got follow the leader. I really like that card. It has a very cool meaning. I might even pull out the book for that. All right, guys. But okay, so pile number 3, beginning of the week. Oh my goodness, guys. You got the 10 of Wands, and underneath it you got the 10 of Pentacles. So, wow, guys, I really think if you are married, or, you know, I really get a strong sense that you're going to be really working. I'm hearing that old song, she works hard for the money. And that could be a guy too. If you're a guy watching this, you work hard for your money. And what I'm kind of getting here is if you're married or if this is like a family situation, you know how this card kind of looks like that perfect family life, like, two cars in the driveway, the dog, the house, the kids. But that takes a lot of effort to maintain all that, right? You have to go to work, you have to earn the money, you come home. I get the sense that I feel like you in the beginning of the week you have all those blessings, like you have that kind of perfect life, but you almost feel like you almost feel a little bit weighed down by it. Not in a bad way, but it's just those weeks where it's like, okay, I am blessed. I have a roof over my head. I've got everything that I need, but I'm really, work is really wearing me out. And then I come home and then you got to be the perfect mom, the perfect dad. You got to, do all the things. And I just think that you're taking on a lot right now. It's almost like your perfect life comes at a cost, and you're really kind of feeling that at the beginning of the week. The other thing I get is that if you're not married or if you're single, it could quite possibly be that you might have some kind of recognition at work right now. Maybe what you're doing is you really like. Because the other thing about the Ten of Pentacles is that's that kind of represents the institution, right? Like all the higher ups, or like the company that you work for, the reputation that you have. What might be happening is that maybe, and because the week starts over the weekend, maybe you're really doing well at work. You're getting a lot of acclaim, but what's going on behind the scenes is that what you don't see is that you're spending your Saturday and Sunday typing up the reports, or you're clocking in and working when you're not supposed to be at work. And it just feels like a lot, right? It just feels like a lot. The other thing that this could be is that this could be family related, in the sense that maybe grandparents or parents, they're really relying on you. Maybe you're helping them or contributing to them, but you just feel like it just basically feels like family is putting a lot on you right now. And I don't get a resentful energy from this. I think you're happy to help your family, that you want to help your family, but it is almost like their abundance or their well-being is kind of on your shoulders, and it feels like a lot to carry, right? So the beginning of the week is going to kind of feel like that. You just, maybe the other thing that I kind of get is that maybe your family is kind of putting chores for you to do, because it almost looks like the mom and dad are happy and warm, and hey, maybe they're asking you to run out, and I kind of see this card sometimes like maybe your parents are like, hey honey, can you come over and fix my dishwasher this weekend, even though you've had like a hellish week at work. You'd really like to sleep in and just get some downtime, but it's your family and you take care of them, so you do it, but you're really overextending yourself. But I do say that whatever the scenario is, you might feel like having it all is kind of coming at a cost. And definitely anytime you see the Ten of Wands, you do want to kind of try to amp down. You take breaks where you can, and try not to burn yourself out. Now, by the middle of the week, this is beautiful energy. You got the Star, and the Star next to the Sun is one of the best deck cards in the deck. So here, in the middle of the week, underneath the Star, you got the Four of Pentacles. So, what I'm kind of getting here is I'm kind of seeing one of two energies. In the middle of the week, what I see you holding on to hope is what I'm seeing. So maybe the other thing I kind of see is that maybe you've got, right now you might be working on some kind of project that's because this is a 10, right? So you might be working on some kind of project that you're working. It's almost like you're pushing yourself to get this project done. and it's almost like you're holding on to hope, right? You're wishing on a star. You're like, okay, I'm just gonna, because the thing about the Four of Pentacles is it's kind of like, digging in. It's kind of like bunkering down is what it is. Okay, let me bunker down, and things have got to get better, right? The other thing that I kind of see is that maybe there is some kind of situation that you're kind of working your way out of, and you're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, but it's almost like you have to kind of hold on to your pennies a little bit. You have to budget a little bit, or kind of conserve some of your money. The other thing I kind of see is that you're starting to see the hope of something better in your situation by the middle of the week. Maybe you have an opportunity to do something that you really want to do, but it would take a little bit of money. So what you're doing is you're kind of saying, okay, this is mine. I'm not going to continue to give as generously as I have. It's not you being miserly, but it's you kind of, again, it's you looking out for your dream, what you want to do. But you're holding on to hope, and I also get a sense that you're bunkering down and squirreling away a little bit of money for something. Either that, or also what you might have is in the middle of the week you might see some kind of opportunity, and you think, okay, let me put some of this money aside, for myself, because there's something that I see that I really want, to pursue. Now, just to throw it out here, this won't be for everyone, but this might be a few of you. If you are a guy watching this, or a masculine energy, there might be someone that you kind of have your eye on. And what I kind of get is with the star, that's very Aquarian energy. You might be. You might be feeling kind of possessive of someone that you see online. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's almost like you want to hold on. The other thing I get is that maybe there's someone that you watch online, and it can be in any of the platforms. Maybe they have, maybe you watch their Facebook, either Instagram or their TikTok or whatever, and you just you're seeing them shine really brightly, and it's almost like you want to hold on to them, like, you're mine, you're mine, I don't want you to be anyone else's. So in the middle of the week, I know that's kind of strange, I'm kind of getting this where maybe someone is getting a lot of attention online, or maybe people are posting things online, and you're going to be watching from a distance, and you're going to be feeling a little bit possessive. This is, someone who is showing, the other thing I get is that whoever this is the person is very positive, like they post positive things. Yeah, I get the sense like it might be someone that you have your eye on, but there's a little bit of a possessiveness here, like holding on to someone, like, hey, okay, and again, this might just be for a few of you. The other thing I get, this is such a funny energy. I don't know where this is coming from, but it's almost like saying, have you ever, I think everybody has probably felt this at some point or another. But if you crush on someone and you see them post something really funny on social media, and everyone's liking it, they're like, but that's my person. Don't like my person's post. It's cute and it's funny and it's getting, like, it's very positive, but yeah. Either that, or this could be someone who's being a little possessive of you. Maybe you're doing things on social media. You're posting things on social media, and someone gets, might act a little bit jealous about it, don't, I don't think they're going to tell you to not post, but they're going to be kind of like, I'm really almost getting that sense, like, how sometimes people have a little bit of that, there's behaviors you can see with all of the you know, social media platforms where you can kind of tell someone's being a little, like, well, she likes so-and-so's post, da, 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 you know, kind of like that. But I'm definitely getting a crush vibe here, because the star, just like the High Priestess, is one of those cards of crush energy. Like they are your, just like the world, they are your world, except here it's, you know, I see the stars against the sky. It's like this person is, you know, the end all be all. But otherwise, it's just you holding on to hope for something, and you getting an idea about something. Like you're seeing your way out. You're finally getting hope of things changing in your situation, and you really want to put aside money to make, you know, to for that purpose, and that's going to be your energy in the middle of the week. By the end of the week, this is really interesting, guys. You got the Three of Pentacles, and then you got the Page of Swords. So this is interesting, guys. I get the sense that by the end of the week, you're gonna have a lot of text messages that are communication based. What it is the Three of Pentacles is about cooperation. This could be work related. It could also be family related. Typically, the Three of Pentacles shows three people in the card. In this card, you see one person kind of working. What I kind of get from this, and I know this sounds strange, but this is what I'm getting, is that maybe, you know how when you're a mom, you know, you kind of, you're this, I always call my sister's a mom, and she has two kids, and, you know, and a hubby, and she's always the central cog of the world. You know, she knows what everyone's doing. She's always shooting off texts with her phone, like, okay, I know where so and so, they're at the mall, I got to go pick them up at 4. I know where so and so is, they're here, I need to go get them at this time, I need to pick up so and so's, you know, allergy medicine. She always knows what people are, where people are, and what they're doing. And what I'm kind of getting is that kind of energy in full force at the end of the week. Either that, or I get the sense that maybe you're going to be on your phone a lot for work. But it's going to be like those little fire stomping, I'm not even seeing like emergencies. I'm just kind of seeing like, you know how someone will chat you and be like, I can't find the file for this and that. Where did you file it? And you have to shoot off a text to say, well, it's, you know, it's in that cabinet, third drawer, you know, in the alphabetical, blah, blah, blah. Or someone's like, I don't know how to do this. Can you tell me real quick? But it's going to be little. You know, it's almost like you're helping people build by communication. It could be email, but you know what? I'm really getting text message. I'm getting text message. Maybe you're away from the office, and it's going to be one of those days where it's like, okay, the moment I'm away from the office, you're fielding all those little, hey, how do I do this? Hey, I know you're off today, but can you tell me this? Or if you're a parent, it's going to be a very high volume day for like, you know, well, I need to get this. What about this? And just a lot of, you know, ping, 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 ping with the, you know, messages. The other thing that I get is that there could be some kind of significant communication from a coworker. If it is just one conversation, because there is one person in each of these cards, if it is just one conversation, I think it's going to make you feel really solid. I get the sense like it is your boss sending you an email encouraging you on a project that you're working on, or it's going to be some kind of communication that makes you feel stronger, right? It's I'm hearing cooperation, just like you work well. You're working in tandem with someone. And the other thing I get is that whatever communication this is, it strengthens you, it strengthens the other person, and it gets a lot done. It's for the good. Like this chapel is built by, you know, by the cooperation of people. And I get the sense, you know, I'm hearing teamwork, it makes the dream work. Teamwork makes the dream work. But there is only one person in both of these cards, so it could just be like one isolated chat conversation or email conversation. but it really supports you and what you're doing if you are at work, or you're supporting someone else, and it's the page really makes me feel like, the page, there's a lot of like social, there's a lot of communication here between the star and the page of swords. There's a lot of like seeing things on a screen. um One last thing is that it's completely possible that maybe you're watching some kind of social media from work, or, you could, if you work in a social media field, maybe your work involves some kind of social media. So, like if you create content for your employer or something like that, you're going to be hard at work doing that. The only other thing that I can kind of see is that someone, this is just very random, I'm getting this though, someone might be able to see your chat conversations or your emails from work. Um, that, I know that sounds strange, but I mean, we're in a very digital world now. Maybe you have someone training and observing you. Um, that's possible. Um, because you see how this person looks like they're being watched. Um, but yeah, somehow someone is able to either screen share, or see your correspondence, and they're learning from you by watching you. um, or they're, again, it's some kind of chat system, some kind of communication through messaging, or watching, some kind of social media. Now, I try not to pull out the book because I know the book is annoying, but this is actually really, really a good card, and I don't want to do it a disjustice by not reading the description. But what you see is, and this is great, guys, this is a real work kind of related card too. You see a path, and you see different animals that are kind of following each other, and it's called Follow the Leader. And what it says is, every life is a teaching tool for others. Your authenticity and honesty are an example to those around you. So, upright, you're being called to lead others by example. Your wisdom has been earned as a, flip the page, result of your bravery in the adventure of your life. The experiences of battles won and lost, places discovered, tears shed, and joy revealed have placed you in a unique position to be of service to others. Your suffering has been crystallized into a talisman of wisdom. Now you must share it. By being fully authentic, you lead others into the light. You'll be required to divulge some things about your past so that you might help someone else. Lead with love. There is another message here as well. Look to those whose great character and accomplishments you admire. Emulate the leaders you respect. You will then in turn have more to offer. Well, guys, I am really getting that. Because remember how we said that we felt like this was like an institution, like, like we said, the bigwigs, and you working hard. And you know how it said you're suffering, the star comes after the tower, right? So you really buckling down and working hard, and, maybe people observing you. I think your hard work is going to be an example to others this week. I also think that maybe you're working close to a mentor or someone that you respect as well. But wow, guys, I am getting kind of a work week from this. I do think something in the middle of the week might be a little social media related, but a lot of communication and a lot of learning. But wow, guys! Also, throughout the weekend, I do think that you might be fielding a lot of text messages. But by you shooting off the text messages and communicating with people, you're getting a lot accomplished. So wow, guys! Oh my gosh, that was a really beautiful week for all three piles. I'm so glad I went with those cards. I had a gut instinct to go with that. But I thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you got a chance to check out my Earth Day I did a deck collection review of all of my Earth Magic cards. This next week, the first week of May, is actually National Traveling Week. So I am going to try to put out another video that's going to be my collection of Traveler cards. And actually this deck, the Oracle deck you saw, is going to be a part of that. So I hope you can check that out. Also, I am going to be putting out some more content in my other channel, Eco Girl in a Modern World. And then, of course, I will be back next week with another weekly energy card reading. If you like my content, I would be very honored if you would like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope that you have a great week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.